Hey, beautiful souls, Calista here with our week ahead angel reading, energy boost, meditation. Come join us for our power half hour. So much magic in the air today, friends. Lots coming through. Just wait a moment till we get the notification that we're live. So welcome, come and say hello if you're joining us live. If you're on the replay on YouTube, IGTV or Facebook, welcome too. Drop a comment, let us know where you're tuning in from. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, friends, this is going to be an interesting week. An interesting week of insights revealed, higher truth revealing. I went for a walk this morning and you probably can't see, but it's radiant blue skies. There's hardly any clouds. The sun is shining. Yet outside it's absolutely freezing here in Scotland. And it began snowing. It began snowing in April. It was snowing this morning. Really strange. But when I started to tune into the energy, the ascension energy of this particular week, it makes perfect sense because the angel that's here, that's overlighting our week from April 5th, 2021, as we mark time on Earth, to April 11th, is Archeia Clarity, sometimes known as the angel Christine, Christophina, Lucidia. She is the twin of Archangel Jophiel. Together they represent the angel of the sun and the higher self of this ascending universe that we're in, the great central sun. And she was really coming through the sun, the actual physical sun today. And she's here, but we're also joined by Archeia Purity, who is manifesting herself through the purity of the snow coming through. Because there's a sense, yes, great insights this week, truth revealed, which is clarity's area, and we'll talk about that. But there's also this sense of clearing out, decluttering, clearing and cleaning and detoxing with Archeia Purity. So there's both, and they work really beautifully together. You wouldn't think it. And you wouldn't think the sun and the snow would go together, but it worked really well. And it's pretty freezing here, I can tell you. It's pretty cold here, but it's definitely refreshing. So we're joined by these beautiful angels. So let's just take a moment to drop him to their beautiful angelic frequency. And if you're not driving, if you can be here for the next half an hour, then please close your eyes. Bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. Just give yourself a moment to close energetic space of whatever you've just been doing. Letting anyone you've just been speaking to come out your field so you can be completely here and present. And we invite in beautiful angel of the sun, Archeia Clarity, bringing her crystalline, Christed energy. And the root word of Christ, away from a religious sense, means crystal. Christ comes from crystal. And she is bringing in this crystalline energy to awaken our crown chakras, higher crown chakras, to bring in the remembrance. Remember, 2021 is the year of remembrance, where we remember who we are beyond our physical identifications and labels, beyond what's known, to really reveal our divinity, our divine heritage, our lineage, to awaken our gifts, to bring that all forward and begin to embody who we are at the highest level. And Archeia Clarity really holding that space bringing her light as she touches your crown chakra now and your higher crown chakras, opening them up. And this angel, her symbol is a double lotus, a double lotus. The first lotus right above her crown, and she's putting that into your crown now, opening it up. This beautiful big lotus coming above your head, just opening it up, symbolic of opening up your crown. And then the second lotus is finer and higher. And for her, that represents Archangel Jophiel, her masculine twin. And for us, it represents the finer frequencies of our causal, stellar gateway and soul star chakra and beyond, because we have thousands of chakras, thousands and thousands and thousands. They go all the way up, following that breadcrumb trail all the way back to source. And the angels remind us in this now moment that source is not an individual. He's not a one God. She's not a one God. Source is collective. It is the I am within our I am. So as we remember, we are awakening the I am within our I am, all that we are, coming into that state of oneness. Perhaps you may feel that as these beautiful crystalline light codes coming down through your crown chakras. Breathing remembrance now into your heart, into your being. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, full breath out. And right in the periphery around our auric field, we have Archeia, purity, coming in, the feminine twin of Archangel Zadkiel, the bearer of the violet, magenta, gold, silver, and diamond white flame of alchemy, purification, ascension, and remembrance. Bringing in these transformational alchemical fires in and around you, friends, in and around us all, to help us to declutter this week, to clear the energy. Now they're coming in with a very strong message of clearing your windowsills and your doorways. Every doorway, every windowsill, making sure it's free of clutter. If there's things on your windowsill like books or crystals or plants, that's perfect. Just make sure the space is nice and clean and clear and fresh. Wash your windows inside and out, and that might seem a bit strange why the angels are telling us that, but there's a divine reason. To bring in the light, to bring in the light, the stream of consciousness, the remembrance codes that they're placing within the sunlight, so that that's not occluded. It's coming in, it's streaming in, coming into your space, coming into you, coming into your plants, your crystals, everything into your home. So if you've been feeling, maybe let me know in the comments if you've already felt that draw the last week or so to clean your windows, to declutter, to recycle, to upcycle, to put things to charity shops, thrift shops. We're really being invited to make space within our physical reality, give away, clear, get rid of the things that do not serve you anymore. Physical, matter, clothes, things in around your home, but also energetic. What are the things within you that you're ready to say goodbye to? You're ready to upcycle and transform. Having a feel into what that is. If you're part of the Unicorn Healing, the 12-week course, every week we focus on a different unicorn, different lineage. And this week we were joined by the unicorns from Lyra, and they were giving us a similar message to focus on and create a list called energy drainers and energy raisers, to basically write a list of everything that's currently weighing on us, draining our energy in some way. People, situations, daily rituals, patterns, habits, addictions, things that we think about, things that we're eating, things that we're watching. Not to berate ourselves or punish ourselves, literally just as an awareness exercise to bring ourselves into awareness, just like Archeia Clarity does, to reveal the truth. And then once we've created that list, to create energy raisers. What raises your energy? Food, foodstuffs, the people, the activities, senses of being. And then the invitation was, once you've completed those lists, to pick at least 3 things from the energy raiser column to bring into your day. And you can read more about this in Archeia Purities chapter within the book, The Female Archangels. But for now, friends, let's open our eyes. So coming in more of messages this week rather than card readings, and that's absolutely fine. So the book I'm talking about is The Female Archangels, because there's another book that came out after mine with the same title. So if you want the book that I'm talking about that has the exercises, energy drainers, energy raisers, that's an amazing exercise. I'm really glad that they mentioned that, because it really will help you to see, okay, where do I need to declutter within and also around my space? What is weighing me down? What are the things that I'm watching? What are the Netflix programs that I'm watching that don't make me feel so good? Because remember, in Archeia Clarity's chapter, and this is her, by the way, Double Lotus, she's also got these beautiful wings, because birds of prey, especially symbolic for clarity. And so if you see birds of prey, even like hawks in the sky, know Archeia Clarity is with you, asking you to just raise and reveal, bring in the light. So yeah, Archeia Clarity, in her chapter, she talks about truth revealing. How can we bring in more truth into our life? Well, we can look to some little clues, or look to what you're watching. Look to what you're watching, look to what you're listening to, look to what you're taking part in, the conversations. Is all of that in alignment with what you want to bring into your life? I sometimes get the nudge from her if I'm putting something on Netflix and it's a series, and after I watch like one episode, I'm not feeling so great. And she reminds us, programs are called programs for a reason. They are programming our consciousness. And if we are not aware, or if we feel off kilter, if we've had a not so great day, we've not taken time to breathe, to gain perspective, to meditate, take some time for ourselves. Generally, if we're feeling in a funk, we're feeling off kilter, and we stick something on the TV, remember, it's programming us, okay? If when we're off kilter, it's more easy to absorb the frequencies. And there is a lot of stuff on there. You know, there's a lot of good stuff on Netflix too, but there's also a lot of consciously programmed series. And I was thinking in the shower this morning, insights always come through in the shower, I'm sure for you too, friends, with all the water energy flowing. But I probably had the most messages and emails from the last Ascension update that was posted a couple of days ago, called How to Unplug from the Matrix. Got so many messages from that. I also got a lot of new likes on the page. I also got a lot of people unliking the page. Quite a controversial video, I didn't think so, but obviously ruffled some feathers. Anyway, I was thinking in the shower that on the back of some of the comments was, yeah, Calista, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling it in my consciousness, what you're saying, but I'm still, I'm still feeling the fear. And I thought, why do we have so much of this fear when we are divine beings, when this is the year of awakening and remembering? And it is a lot of the times it's down to what we're watching, what is being programmed. There is so many fatalistic movies coming out, apocalyptic movies, and this is on purpose, friends. There's a rhyme and reason to this, especially for the last, I don't know, 5-10 years. There's been so many apocalyptic, fatalistic dreams, and that message, by the way, how to unplug from the matrix, that video was not designed to put in additional fear. Far from it. It doesn't matter the path of ascension that you're choosing, because remember, we're all going the same way. We're all returning back to source. And this is literally just an experience. It is just an experience that we're living. It's minuscule in comparison to who we are and to the life cycle that we've already had, to the life cycle that we're continuing to have. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that video. I'm going to compile your questions as well and create another video on the back of your questions too. But I just wanted to highlight that Archeia Clarity reminds us that everything that we're listening to, that we're watching, we are coalescing our energy with that. Now, that might be consciously, might be doing that consciously, or might be doing that unconsciously. But remember to unplug from, if you're watching a horror film, unplug from it, detach. Before you go to bed, have a shower. The shower that we have, if you have it at least a couple of degrees cooler than room temperature, it will energetically cleanse your aura, not just washing your body. Energetically, you'll be cleansed from any fear-based negative frequencies as well. So you're not bringing in that program into your sleep time. Archeia Clarity is also here this week. We're not even pulling cards this week, friends. We might do, by the way, but she's also reminding us that we've just had Easter. Now, even if you're not Christian or you're not religious, there is still so much focus on religion in the holiday of Easter, isn't there? And we can look at that different ways. We can see it as the resurrection of Christ, or we can see it in multiple ways. What she's sharing here is Christ light is a story from 2,000 years ago. What was relevant then is not relevant now, but what remains the same is the fact that we all have the potential that Christ had within us. Then there was, if we look through the lens of Christianity, there was Jesus Christ, one singular human being influencing many. Now we have the opportunity, 2,000 years plus on, to, instead of follow another, to become the Christ itself, to become the Christ that we came here to be. Male, female, doesn't matter, to become the Christ we came here to be. The angels, especially the Archeia, this is why this book is called Evolutionary Teachings. It's to evolve what is known. The Archeia are helping us to come away from these labels of Christ, away from the labels that many use based on what happened 2,000 years ago, and come into the now. The root word of Christ means crystal, crystalline, to become crystal. This is what's actually happening to many of us, why we're becoming so sensitive. Our abilities are becoming heightened. We're feeling much more. We're literally becoming human crystals. human Christed beings. We're anchoring this more and more into our bodies, into our beings. And it doesn't matter if you use Christ consciousness or crystalline light or have no titles at all. It doesn't matter. The fact remains is that we're becoming much more sensitive, much more aware. And with that, it's really important to apply some discernment into what you're letting into your field, the people, the situations, the programs, what you're listening to. We've already spoke about that. But to really be aware, especially this week, it's a very sensitive week. There is this opportunity of truth revealing. And so just remember that as the week unfolds. Okay, it's even more sensitive this week. Right, I'm going to be discerning. I'm just going to choose to be around and interact with the people that have my similar perspective, that are not going to be in judgment. There's not lots of, they're not going to drag me down in any way. It's actually just going to be neutral or more uplifting. And then this invitation to declutter, clear the windowsills, clear the doorways, anything that you've been putting off, like unblocking your sinks or little things around your house. Focus on them. Focus on them. Remember, everything in your outer environment reflects your inner. Clear the clutter, clear your space. Now, if there's another message, may it come through these cards. One or two? Two. We're getting two cards, friends. Nice. Creativity. Creativity. Creativity is always on the other side of clearing out, because you're making room for the new to come in, for new insights, for new inspiration, for new ideas. And I'm hearing from Purity, she's coming through in these beautiful rainbow colors. The creativity that's going to birth this week will feed and nurture and fuel the all. It won't just be for you. So what's ever going to move through you this week, it's for the collective. It's not just for you. So let that be an inspiration to make time to prioritize creative play, creative adventures, creative flow, getting that little nudge to write that list if you haven't, your energy drainers, energy raisers. Focus on the energy raisers. Place your list somewhere that you can see every day, like your fridge, for example. At the start of your day, go, okay, I'm going to pick at least these three. I'm going to bring them into my day. As you go to sleep, reflect back. How has your experience, how has it differed from your normal day by prioritizing these things that really light you up, that bring in that crystalline, Christed light? Okay, the next card, this is lovely, and this is coming into the weekend. I'm hearing we have the existence card. Here this beautiful soul is, almost like a lotus, I guess, sitting on the flower, reflecting up at her existence, maybe the world at large existence, to understand that she is part of the all. She's part of the all. Whatever this card means for you, that would be perfect too. And that message reiterates, as the angels are saying, source is not individualized. Source is collective. It's the collective I am. And when we come to realize that, there's no individual ego anymore. There's no ego. There's no fighting. There's no hype and drama. And if you have read Archeia Clarity's chapter, I highlighted something that I wanted to share with you. Okay, I'm going to read this part. It's called Embrace Your Divinity. Your personal power is not derived from an outside source. If you believe your power belongs to someone else, then they'll hold dominion over you. Know the kingdom of heaven lies within you, not externally, but now, within your very breath. You are both goddess and God in form. Reclaim all that you are by illuminating all that you are. Begin by embracing your divinity and be the Christed self you came here to be. This is your calling card. Be prepared to alight from the agendas of others by turning to the wisdom of your soul to guide you. Listen as your soul, your spirit, and all that you are speaks to you through your conscience and intuition. Trust your choices, trust your instincts, trust your light. Trust your light, friends. And a little bit of how can we relate this to what's going on currently in our world right now? Because I'm seeing a lot of different camps happening. I'm really not getting involved. I did share something on my personal page, which was quite funny. And if you're a member of my personal page, friend, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was about that. I'm not going to mention the word because I'll have all these like flags on my page and then videos will get removed, which has happened. But you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? So there's two camps. There's those that get this and there's those that don't. And it's not about who's right and wrong here. It's just that's playing out in the world right now. And there's always some form of distraction energy that is inciting and trying to influence us to create separation. But we are becoming so much more savvy. See that wherever the influence is of separation, wherever the judgment is, and it might be in your own family, it might be in your friends, just remember in that moment that, okay, this is what's playing out on the surface of the world, on the surface of my life, but it's not the truth. Whatever I choose, this or otherwise, it doesn't matter. That's not really who I am. Separation is not who I am. I'm here to be a valued part of the co-creation of this new earth that's coming through. New earth has no codes of separation or there's no division in it. It's a unified world. So it doesn't matter whether you get that or not. Just be aware that there's still many influences, conscious influences that want people to continue to be here in fear and influenced by fear and distress. This was another part that I highlighted that it's just a very short line, but it just holds so much gravitas. Just to be aware of how the masses are still trying to program us, okay? It says, we are all here as Christed beings, but we're also here to be equally human. And therefore, as human beings, okay, we are susceptible to the old patriarchal influences that would otherwise like us hypnotized by fear and distress. That's still playing out, friends. It's still playing out. Don't let it come into your week. Unplug from the hype and drama, the judgment from others, whether it's right on your doorstep, whether it's within your home, if there is this seeming division in conversations about that or not, it doesn't really matter. What's important is that you trust you. As Archeia Clarity says, you trust your choices, trust your instincts, trust your light to guide, and stay there. Stay there as the sleeping beauties, those that are still in the duality, those that are still in the 3D, continue to play out. They introduce their passports for this, that, and the other. Doesn't matter. Freedom is still here. Freedom lies within you. Okay, so no matter, I'm not going to go political on you, but no matter what goes on in our world, we are inherently free beings. And the old patriarchal control systems, they're dissolving. I chatted about in that video, that how to unplug the matrix, the next 6 years, there's going to be more influences of diversity, more things happening on planet Earth as they continue to try their attempts, but it's falling away. After 6 years, there will not be those old ways anymore. So we have to play a bit of a long game. We have to realize that all we need to do is just stay aware, practice discernment, only bring into our field what lights us up, say no to the rest, let people have their fights and their dramas and their discussions, whether that's good or not, it doesn't really matter. Trust what feels good for you, honor your choices, especially this week. So let us close this space with just let's do a little meditation with Archeia purity as she steps forward. So when you're ready, please, friends, close your eyes. Please place your hands on your heart and take a deep breath into your heart. Deep breath out. Breathing in love on your inhale, filling your heart. Breathing out purity on your exhale. Breathing in and into love. Breathing out into purity. As we move collectively into a space that is out with all the duality, all the hype and drama that is currently on Mother Earth right now. The angels have us held within this space of golden Christed crystalline light, a place of high angelic resonance. And they are beginning to unplug from you where there has been cords of intentional influence from others, from the media, from things you have watched, websites you've read. They're unplugging you. If you imagine the old telephone switchboards, it's like that. They're just unplugging the cords, taking the cords out of your field, plugging them back into their origin. Especially clearing the cords from the back of your neck, the back of your solar plexus, heart, and energy field as a whole. And as this happens, you may feel a little bit of a shiver or a sensation of air in and around you. And we just ask Archeia Clarity to bring in some warmth and to fill the spaces with her crystalline, Christed light. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out fully. Waves of purity moving through you. And they're showing me like the snow divine snow that's warm but pure, moving in and around you, as well as being bathed in the sunlight. These two seemingly opposites working together to uplift you, to cleanse you from all that is less than love. We ask your guardian angels to be present in your field, to shield you with your permission. If you give permission, just say yes now, please. If you don't, that's fine. With your permission to shield you from influences that are intentionally fear-based, that are there to cause distress, separation, duality, fighting, any frequencies of enemy patterning where you feel like you need to battle, shielding you from that, keeping you in this resonance of peace and purity and oneness with Source, Source within you, Source without collective Source God. Breathing in. One last time, breathing out. Archeia clarity and Archeia purity, literally just closing by touching your aura, bringing their blessings into you and into your week. You may feel that warmth. As they stand back, we now, as a group, begin to come back down into our individualized body. Grounding. And then in your own time, friends, opening your eyes. Let's give thanks to the angels for that beautiful cleanse and blessing. Hope you have a wonderful week. And for those of you who are joining Angel Congress, I will see you on Saturday for my new workshop called Unleash Your Light. And Archeia Purity will be joining us again. She's still here. She has so much more to share and say. And it's not too late to get your ticket for the 15th International Angel Congress. It's normally in Hamburg, but this year it's going to be online, Saturday, Sunday. Stuart Pearce, Tim Wilde, Diane Cooper, myself, Kyle Gray, and other amazing angel teachers are going to be gathering. All the replays are included as well, and it's going to be translated in English and also in German. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. I hope you can join me. My presentation workshop play shop is on Saturday afternoon UK time, so I will see you then. And if not, have a great week. Rise and become infinite. You are the one that you've been waiting for.